Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Wednesday night, it's Bose 831 Gaming. Coming to you live from Twitch. And this is my Twitch live stream series with Farming Simulator 22. And where this is going to be our first episode with the Farming Simulator 22 expansion pack that rolled out yesterday on Tuesday, the Platinum expansion for Farming Simulator 22. And we're going to go ahead and get into it right now. We're going to start a brand new game, and this is going to be a brand new series on Farming Simulator 22 on the Silverrun Forest map that is part of the Farming Simulator 22 Platinum expansion pack. We are going to run it with all of the mods that I typically run. So all of the mods that I have currently installed in all of my previous playthroughs will be enabled. And we're going to jump right in, and this is going to be a fresh playthrough, basically starting from scratch with the base game setup, aside from the mods that I typically run. And we're just waiting for the game to load here for a few minutes. Alright, we're ready to go. So here we go. Farming Simulator 22, Platinum Expansion, Silverrun Forest, Episode 1. Let's go. And I'm going to use the typical setup that I use for my player. Let's see. I don't think that they added any new clothing items as far as 22 is concerned, not that I was aware of. So we're just going to confirm the look that we have now. And here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Silverrun Forest in the Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Expansion. Let's go. And when you jump in, you start off on the bridge here in this little area of the map. And before we take off anywhere, let's go ahead and take a look at the PDA. And let's see what we're working with. And again, outside of some testing, this is really my second time running the Farming Simulator 22 Platinum expansion, and this is pretty much the gist of the map. But this is a forestry-based map primarily. There's some features here that are in this expansion that are not features on any other Farming Simulator 22 map, and as we play through, we'll get into some of those features. Some of the features include rock crushing and the ability to, as I understand, build boats and a roller coaster even. And there are production chains on here that are not on any of the other Farming Simulator 22 maps at this time. But don't be alarmed. You still have the opportunity to farm. There are 3 farms on the map when you start. As you can see here, we have field 1, which looks to be sunflowers, and 2 looks to be sorghum, I think that looks like. And then we have another sunflowers on field 3, it appears to be. And let's kind of go around the PDA and see what we have here. Let's go back up here. Let's take a look at the different things. We have a sawmill. Where are we? Can we do it from this view? There's a view where we can just kind of click through them. It's not letting me do it there. Is it this one? No, then that one's not doing it either. That one lets me tab through the equipment. Alright, so let's kind of go over some of the things we have. You have the sawmill here. There's your train point. And that's another sawmill point. We have the boatyard here. This is the Silverrun Market, which is a sell point. Here's your roller coaster that I was pointing out earlier. Then we have your vehicle shop is here. Then a production, a barrel factory. Another production, art accessories factory. Another production, shingle factory. A gas station. Production point, pet accessories factory. That's interesting. Another rent train point, a flooring factory production point. You have the fire department, which looks to be a sale point. Did I do this one already? Yeah, I did the barrel factory. We have a furniture factory, a wood turner, which is a production. Vintage Clothes is a sale point. Sunnyside Cafe is a sale point. The hotel is a sale point. The farmhouse is here, and that's where we're at now. And is that everything we have? No, out here we have a rural farm south. We got another paper factory production point. Let's see, we got two things over here. Another gas station out here in the middle of nowhere. A Waffle Hut North sale point. Another train spot. And what is this one? This one is a sawmill. Then we have a container warehouse. The train point off the map to Elm Creek. Another gas station. Then out in this area we have some equipment out here, and what is this? This is a debris crusher and a mine shaft. And that's over in the northwest side of the map. Let's see. And then finally, we have another farm over here on the west side of the map. And then coming back down to the southwest corner of the map, there's another train point going to Elm Creek. And another Waffle Hut, but this is Waffle Hut south. Yeah, so next, let's take a look at our vehicles that we have. We'll go right into our vehicles menu and let's see what our owned items are. We have a small tractor, a Volvo BM 2654, and we have a forestry machines. We have a Komatsu 911.5 X3M 2011 tree harvester. We have a Volvo BM SM462, and that's a forwarder, I think is what they're called, but that's for picking up and moving around trees. We have a chainsaw Stihl MS261, and for forestry equipment we have a Tafun, I think that is, EGV 65 AHK SG, and that's a winch setup for the tractor. And that's everything we own at this point in time. So let's go ahead and take a little stroll down this bridge here to our farmhouse. And this is a nice looking map. I'm really kind of feeling this whole woodsy vibe here. So this is gonna be me getting back into forestry and Farming Simulator 22 again, and maybe falling back in love with it because I did not love it at first. Alright, here's my farmhouse. Now hopefully with this platinum expansion, and hopefully Giants has made improvements to forestry so that you do not run into some of the problems that you did early on with Farming Simulator 22. Alright, well here's my Volvo, and here's my my forwarder. This is my tree harvester. And what else do we have? I think we don't even have a pickup, do we? Nope, so we're gonna be starting off pretty rough here, man. We have $100,000 in the bank. You have your farmhouse, this is your equipment, and we're just gonna go, since we're starting pretty much from scratch on New Farmer, but I do need to make sure my game settings are how I typically play, so we're gonna go ahead and do that off. We want the help window on. Well, let's go to the first settings. We turn off autosave. I don't do autosave. We set the time scale to 3x. I always set the economic difficulty to normal. I don't do the easy. Traffic is on. Seasonal growth, yes. Days per month, we're going to do 3-day months, which is my typical setup. No fixed visual off. Snow on, crop destruction on, plowing on, field stones on, weeds on, dirt normal, automatic engine start is on for now, but if that starts to annoy me, I will turn it off. Trailer fill limit, we're going to play with that on for the moment. Fuel usage normal. And the AI workers, we're going to turn all of the AI workers off. All right. And that should do it. And we're going to go ahead and save those settings. And while we're here, let's go take a peek in the help section and see if they added any new stuff for the Platinum expansion as far as help goes. So let's go through here. All right, yes, we have a whole forestry section here. I don't think this was here before. Let's see. Maybe it was. Let's see, did they make any additions to it? See, tree types. There are 12 tree types in total in the game, separated by two categories: deciduous trees and conifer trees. Conifer is spruce, pine, stone pine, cypress. Deciduous is birch, oak, willow, maple, pagoda dogwood, shagbark hickory, American elm, downy serviceberry. These trees are either harvested with a chainsaw or with a wood harvester machine. Deciduous trees are all cut by hand with a chainsaw. Cypress and stone pine are both conifers are cut with a chainsaw too. Spruce and pine conifers are cut with a harvester. So there's really only two types of trees in the game that can be cut with a tree harvester. Interesting. So all these other types of trees must be chainsawed or cut with a wood harvesting machine. No, cut with a chainsaw, because the wood harvester only cuts two types, spruce and pine. Thickness and length of the trunk as well as the amount of branches depends on the type of tree. This has a direct influence on the sales value and the kind of processing possible. Trees with a lot of branches gain less yield unless you cut off the branches. You can use the branches to produce wood chips if you want to. Tip: conifers for timber production, deciduous trees for wood chip production. Alright, how to plant trees, harvesting machine. No, so there's nothing new here. Let's see. Alright, oh, here we go. Silverrun Forest, new missions. There's a new mission type, the Deadwood mission. The owner of the forest will hire you to cut down dead trees on their land. Once the mission is accepted, an area where you can find the dead trees will be marked on the map. Furthermore, the specific trees are marked with a exclamation point so that you know which are the correct ones. Be careful not to cut down any unmarked trees, otherwise you will be penalized. Once you cut down a mission tree, you can sell it to earn some additional money. Make sure to sell all trees before collecting your mission reward, as the forest owner will take care of this otherwise. A second new mission type is the transport mission. You are hired to transport felled trees to the southern sawmill. The pickup points can be anywhere on the map. Be careful not to deliver them to the wrong destination, as you will be responsible for any damages. Finally, there are rock removal missions where it is your task to destroy marked rocks in a specified area. For this, you require a hydraulic breaker attachment for a skid steer loader. Watch out to only destroy the marked boulders, as you will receive a penalty otherwise. Hydraulic breaker. Hammer time. All over the area, mighty boulders dot the forest. Use the hydraulic breaker to crush the rocks located on your farmland into pebbles. These can be collected and sold at the debris crusher. Mine shaft. A new production building. This mine shaft will help you to expand your production chain. The mine is working permanently and cannot be purchased. The iron ore is collected in a heap next to it that everyone has access to. Iron ore can be refined further at the iron furnace. This produces metal which can be used in other productions. Boatyard. More pre-placed buildings for your pleasure. This boatyard can be purchased. If there is no owner, it acts as a normal selling station. If you're the owner, be sure to bring your captain's hat. The boatyard requires wood beams, planks, floor tiles, metal, and fabric. Once the boat is finished and launched, the owner of the boatyard gets paid. If another farm owns the boatyard, you can still help by delivering resources, but you need to talk to the boatyard owner to get paid. Roller coaster. The roller coaster is a big project of the town Silverrun Forest and therefore cannot be purchased. Construction requires prefab walls, metal floor tiles, long planks, wooden beams, chairs, barrels, buckets, planks, shingles, staircase railings, and tables to be finished. Deliver these resources to the roller coaster to start building it. Once the construction is completed, be sure to book a ride. Sawmills. You can put your cut trees into water here to sell them to the old sawmill if they're shorter than 150 meters. 1.50 meters. They will be made into wood chips instead. If you own a sawmill, you can use it as a production point to sell the old sawmill again. Interact with the pond in the build menu. Those smaller trees and branches into this machine to produce more wood chips than usual. The southern sawmill cannot be purchased by anyone. You can sell your wood here to get the finished products. You can purchase them for a small fee. Platinum expansion shop icons. We have the length of the yarder, max carrying weight, max tree diameter. And for productions, product icons, that's a Amor pallet, barrel pallet, bathtub pallet, birdhouse, well, so on and so forth. But we'll get into those as we go through the gameplay here. There's a doghouse, cat tree, floor tiles, iron ore, paper roll, pepper grinder, picture frame. So some new products here from productions. Marking spray. Paint the forest. When deciding on which trees to fell and which to preserve, you have the handy tool. Now you can mark trees with a different colored marking spray. There is also an option for different icons to spray on trees to make sure the correct tree is being cut down. Yarder. Hills and valleys make transportation of logs difficult. A convenient way to transport logs is the yarder. Attach the tool to an appropriate tractor and find a suitable spot. After that, you need to set up the yarder rope by attaching it manually to a fitting tree. Once this is accomplished, you can either manually control the carriage or use the follow mode to bring the carriage into position. Attach logs to it to transport them over great distance or through impassable terrain. To attach logs, approach the log and attach it via rope to the carriage. Winch. A winch can be used to drag trees from the forest into a more accessible terrain. Attach it to your tractor and approach it in the winch on foot. Pull the winch rope and fasten it to one or more trees. You can control the length of the rope when not seated in the tractor. There are also vehicles that have an integrated winch. Shipping container. Shipping containers come in different sizes and they can be used to transport logs. You can purchase them in the shop but need to load them into a low loader like the Schwarzmüller 3A or similar vehicle. To load the container into the low loader, a fitting pallet fork and the proper wheel loader are required. The container has an auto load function, so filling it up with trees is easy. And on console, that's game changing. Make sure to load trees that have the same length as your shipping container, otherwise you will have a penalty on the final selling price. You can sell the container with its content at the container warehouse near the old sawmill or put it on the train to be sold via the train trigger. You will be compensated for the shipping container. Alright, and then we got the little precision farming. So that's the basically the readme on the Platinum Expansion DLC that has been added to the help section. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. I just wanted to get up to speed. We have two contracts right now. What is this? We have a spraying contract, and that will net us $5,000, and we need to get some cash, so we'll start there, and then we'll get into the whole forestry deal with the deadwood. Wait a minute, what? Why is it not taking me to... Okay, took the contract, but it disappeared. Okay, that's weird. Alright, we accept that contract, and it stayed. So spraying contract, I accepted it, and it disappeared, so that's bug number one right there. Alright. I accepted the deadwood contract, which is not what I intended to do initially, because there were, as you guys saw it with me, there were two contracts on screen initially, and one of them just vanished when I accepted it. So let's see, where is this deadwood contract at? I don't see any indication on the map for it either. So I'm a little... Let's see if I zoom in. Do we get any indication of anything? Help me, Wanda, because I don't see anything on the map. So let's go back into our contracts. It says 14 trees remaining, but where am I going? Alright, let's go back out to the map because I don't know where my deadwood contract is. Alright, going around the map trying to see where the deadwood contract is. I don't know where to go for the deadwood contract, guys. Farmland 24. Let's do it this way then. We'll go back out to the map because it does, at least the game does give me that. Oh, there it is. That wasn't showing just a moment ago. That's wholly and completely unusual and off-putting. Actually, let's do this. Let's go to mods and DLCs, Platinum expansion. Let's see what other vehicles we have here. Do we want to use this guy or do we want to use something else for this job? Thought there was another log vehicle that we had. Let's see here. Not that guy. There's another one that has a winch on it, I thought. Is it this one? Nope. Because we're going to need something with a winch to move the logs around for sure. Don't want this tractor. I think this is the one, right? Yeah, because this has two winches on it. Let's lease this guy right here. Or, because we're probably going to need to utilize those winches. So, we're going to lease the Felix. Alright, and we need to go to that point right there. And we are here. And we need to go to that point over there. So we need to hit this main road here. All right. No, it's this road behind us. Well, I'm looking at it, the map right. Because that road would take us across the bridge and then, yeah, looks that way. All right. All right, so we're off to the harvesting site, finally. And this is going to take a while because we're got the drive out there, and it's a little bit of a drive here. And at least we have a vehicle that can get up to a decent speed. 25 miles an hour is not as excruciating as if you were driving a harvester that only did 12 to 15 miles an hour or less. And just checking out different areas of the map, it's going to be quite interesting playing out the different things that you can do on this map. Look at here at this log area here. That's incredible looking right there. That's some good stuff. Alright, where am I? Still got a ways to go, don't we? Nope, and there's a random deer. But at least on this map, it's more normal to see deers running about. On some of the other maps, the number of random deers you see running around is a little crazy, considering that you wouldn't even see that many deer running around in real life, depending on how rural or not rural the area you live in is. Alright, look, and we're crossing this bridge now, and that's, again, beautiful landscape going on here. And I believe this map is supposed to be loosely based on an area in the US somewhat. But of course it also has, because it was designed by a European design team, it does have some European features on here as well. So it's kind of like a mix of a US and a European map, really, when you look at it. So we got to make this trek uphill a little bit here. And that's going to slow us down quite a bit, because this map does have a lot of hills and inclines, so that's going to be part of the challenge as well when we really get to do some of this logging work that we end up doing. Because I paid $11,000 for this lease, I'm already hitting into my money, and these Deadwood contracts don't make a lot of money, so I'm going to be operating out of the hole already before we really even get started. Alright, so we're apparently in the Deadwood area. That's the red circle there. But we got to be super careful here too, though. One of the things we don't want to do is cut down trees that are not part of the contract, because that will be subtracted from the money that I make off of the contract, and I will be penalized for that. So I have to make perfectly sure that what trees I do cut are marked trees. And we can drive up a little bit, and there's thankfully a cluster of 3 trees right there in front of me that we can get started with. Actually, quite a few in this cluster. There's 1, 2, 3. There's a 4th one back there and a 5th one over there. There's another one back there. Okay. So this is good. This is good, because sometimes with the brush in the game, it can be hard to see these markings on these trees. Because I did do a little bit of testing off camera before I got on tonight. All right. So. And already we have a Mr. Tree that does not want to cooperate. We cut Mr. Tree, but Mr. Tree does not want to Mr. Fall. So let's go grab our winch. Alright, we're going to left click and pull the winch rope. And attach winch to tree. And okay, why is he not moving? We did cut the tree, didn't we? Pretty sure we did. Why is the tree not wanting to fall? We did cut the right, alright. I thought we cut it. And, am I at the right tree? Alright. Alright, there's more than one way to make her fall. Okay. That's one tree. Alright, we're cleaning up this tree. Cleaning up the branches off of it. Alright. And now one of our deadwood tree is blocking traffic, so we want to fix that issue. But of course traffic decides they want to just drive up anyways, huh? Alright, so let's grab our winch, attach to the tree. And let's kind of drag it out of the road before we have a traffic jam situation here. There we go. And attach winch from tree. So that's one tree. So we got one deadwood tree out of the contract taken care of. And let's go back and look at the contract. We have 12 trees remaining, so let's get into it. Alright, where was the second one at? It was right here. There's a whole cluster of trees, but I seem to have lost track of them now. which is easy to do. Alright, so we're gonna cut this tree down. I'm probably not gonna bother with trying to sell these trees before I complete the contract, because they are deadwood trees, which means the wood is dead, so dead wood's not gonna sell for much. So it's the term dead wood. Alright, so we want to attach tree to winch. Geronimo! And there it is. That's another one down, so let's pull that one out of the road. Or at least kind of straighten her out if we can. Let's do this way. Pull her, see if we can pull it over here. Alright, that was clean. Sarcasm. We made a bigger mess here because now we pulled the other tree out into the road while pulling one out of the road. Alright. So let me see if I can do the winch thing again here with this other one. And we'll drag it up. I'll get used to the controls eventually. Alright. See if we can kind of pull that one back out of the road. A little bit. Here we go. You're welcome. Alright, and let's go ahead and attach that. And we can go ahead and clean this up out of... I understand we're not allowed to cut it. I got that, homeboy. Love that beautifully delicious helper text there. I understand, but this is habitual when you're a logger. We're going to go ahead and delimb the tree. Not trying to cut it. Alright, so that's 2 trees in the contract. So if we go back and look at the 11 trees remaining. So let's go take a look over in this area. There's one right there. So that will be our next culprit. And pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, I struggle mightily with this crap steering stuff. Oh, there's the other tree. Oops. I was looking for that tree. How nice of you to fall down there for me. So we actually have 3 trees from this contract that we have taken down. And we're going to go ahead and kind of pull this one over closer to the road. That'll work. And same deal, we'll go ahead and delimb this tree as well. Even though I don't think that's per se a requirement for the contract. But of course, if this was my own land and these were my own trees, I would be chopping these trees into sections and either loading them on a forwarder or the autoload trailer, so that we could take them to the sawmill to be sold. But I'm not going to be, since these are deadwood trees, I'm not going to worry about selling them because you're not going to make that much money off of deadwood. That's why it's called deadwood. Alright, so next tree. And check it out, that one actually fell over. Surprisingly. Alright, so let's go grab this one. Alright, can we get through that area? Yeah, we can. So we'll just do the winch from here. And just drag it out to the roadside over in this area. And then bring it around. Well, no, don't wanna. There we go. Yeah, I know my driving leaves something to be desired, but okay, then why is this tree doing all this jumping around? All right. Thank you, wonderful helper. Text message. Yes, I know I'm not allowed to cut the tree. Thank you for the reminder. All right. So that tree is good. I got a few more. Ah, I forgot to turn on my beacons. Better late than never, eh? Now I kind of lost track of what area we were in. Oh, there we are. Just follow the stumps. Alright, there's two more trees here. Three, actually. So we picked a great spot to get started. Because when I was doing my testing yesterday, I was running into issues finding these trees that are marked because of the brush makes it hard to see the markers. Okay. And since all these three are in a cluster, we're going to go ahead and chop all three, cut all three now. And I love it when they're in a cluster like that. That makes my job a lot easier. biggest thing is going to be getting them out of the woods and closer to the road. But that's why we have the handy dandy winch on this vehicle, so we can make dreams happen, right? So let's get to the back of this vehicle and let's grab our winch cable and attach that to one or more of our trees. You can actually attach the winch cables to multiple trees. Maybe this will be an opportunity to kind of try that out now. So that's one. Attach tree to winch. Let's see if we can kind of get that going or not. Yeah, attach another tree. Let's attach another. Okay, so they have to be close together. Okay, so can't do it. They're right beside each other. So we'll just do the one for now. Okay, I kind of want to get that off the road if I can, but the tree keeps trying to turn on me. Alright, let's do this then. So I can pull you off the road, bud. Alright, that works for me. Alright, now that's how you clean a tree right there. Alright, and let's grab the other two trees. Listen, a lot of the things I'm doing right now are a bit extra because it's just how my brain works. You don't have to do all of these extra steps. You really can just come in here and just cut the trees and you don't even have to move them, because once you complete the contract, the trees are automatically picked up. But if you're planning on selling them, you would definitely want to move the trees to a location that makes it easier for you to come back and pick the trees up. Alright, so we drop the winch cable in again and attach, and let's see if we can get that bad boy moving. this one wants to be temperamental, so let's see if we can. It's not letting me drag it out of here. What's. Whoa. Alright. That's problematic. Houston, we have a problem. I don't know how to get my vehicle back overturned. Alright, let's take the winch off because it's definitely not going to do what it needs to do while the winch is connected. Now, can you get turned back over? Now that I've de-winched you. Alright, let's go ahead and clean this tree up since it seems to be snagging on things. And I don't know if that's part of why that's happening. Oops. Now let's try this winch thing again. Alright. That'll do it, because if I continue to pull it, it's gonna drag out to the road. Let's get it out as close to roadside as I can. We got that, so. That's a success in my book. Let's find the other trees. Okay, here's the other one. Let's see if we can drag it out. Get close enough so I can get a great position to attach the winch. Here we go. That's about right. Press A to attach. And then we'll hop back in the vehicle. We should be able to pull this right on out. In theory. And I did say in theory. try to pull it out of the road. They keep, they keep turning at these weird angles and getting more in the road instead of off of the road. There we go. Alright, we get this one all trimmed up. And one of the things that I saw while we're doing this, just kind of talking and thinking out loud, I had been reading online some comments and criticisms about this expansion, and one of the things that kind of gets me a little bit from time to time is I still don't understand games having add-ons and add features to the game. Realize those features. So, must buy any DLC for any, and having more options as a player should be a good thing. If you read some of the comments online, it apparently is not. But no one makes you have to buy the expansion. It's not something for you. Keep the money in your pocket, and the world will still turn. If it's something you want to do, then definitely buy it, check it out, and have fun. I don't understand when people complain about having more options instead of less. We should all want more options and more ways to play. Forestry is not a direct farming deal, but it is something that's related to farming, depending on where you're at in the world, or even here in the United States. Everybody might not have clear land, have it set up to be able to farm on. Our farmers have to clear lots of land before they can work it into and turn it into a field. So while every farmer won't be also doing forestry work, there are scenarios where farmers would have to do forestry. It's definitely, fair game to have forestry in the game. And forestry has been a big part of the game for many years. When you think about it, this is really, modders have produced forestry themed maps for the game for many years, but this is the first time that Giants has ever done an official. I understand, I get it. Forestry is not going to be fair to some guys. Just going to do farm stuff. That's it. And again, it goes back to my point of more options. And isn't that the point of most DLC anyways? And add options to the game. Download it or purchase the season pass. You can get it option. How long you add it to. These logs are not behaving very well today, as you can see. Got a remedy for that. Hello, Mr. Winch. Let's put you more closer to center mass. Let's see, I was straighten this one out. Attach. Thankfully, the trees and whatnot are not quite as jumpy as they were when the game first came. Still a little jumpy. Alright, so another one. My all right, and I'm trying to find another marked deadwood tree. Go ahead and delimit now before we do anything else. Should make it a little bit easier to move around. We got that trimmed. I just got to go grab my vehicle and drag that one out closer to the road. just that. It's very easy to get disoriented. Camera around like woods. Alright, let's get the winch going here. Roadside service. Alright, attach the tree from the winch. We're making pretty good progress here. Let's take a peek at our contract. See what our status is. Alright, we still have 5 trees. We're 64% done. And these are going to take some time to get through. Can. That looks like it should be one. But it doesn't have the markings. That's a dead one, but it's not marked, at least from what I can see. So no one cut that one. That tree definitely had the deadwood texture. And this was one of the other issues I was running into in my testing last night as well. It can be very challenging at times to find these marked trees because of the uneven terrain, all the bush and brush makes it very difficult to see the markers as well. Alright. There's one. There's two. Great. And that one went rolling, so the other one at? Oh, there's one there. Okay. So chop them all up. Really, these deadwood contracts really are just cutting tree cutting. Really, all this log really do. They're not gonna sell them. Find the trees and cut them. Save. Let's do this process. all these extra steps. If you're doing a storytelling playthrough or role play or something like that. Where's that other tree at? There he is. Go ahead and find the remaining trees, cut them down, and contract, move them to sell the lumber. There's two more out here somewhere. Be on the lookout for any trees with the deadwood texture. If you kind of notice and kind of got an idea of what that pattern looks like. You don't want to cut a tree unless you see the texture and then see that that tree is marked. So we have one more to go after this one. Okay, so one tree remaining. We just gotta find that elusive one tree and we'll have this one wrapped up. So again, we're looking for the deadwood texture. And we want to keep it in the circle. So just kind of circling around until we can find another deadwood tree. There she is. Beautiful, beautiful. I was testing yesterday. This was a struggle, but it was my first time getting into it, so you can kind of get that. Alright, contract is finished, so we can go ahead and wrap that up. A whole $2,100 collected. And we can return the lease vehicle. Well, we really didn't even need to lease it. We could just use our tractor and a winch. So that's a lesson learned right there. We didn't need anything so heavy duty. So let's go sequence the trees at all. So we can just go to the contract location and just do it that way. Leased items. Return. But that's why we're here. We're playing through so we can learn everything. And this is this the alternate farmhouse? I think so, right. Let's see where we at. Yeah. That's the rural farm location. If you're playing multiplayer, this could be a number farm, house, or one of your additional players. And this one also functions as a sale point, I believe. Alright, so we got another Deadwood contract popped up. We got a fertilizing contract popping up. Let's see if the fertilizing contract stays active this time. Alright, it is. Alright, we have equipment. Cowboy idea. Alright, so we're going to do a farming contract and another Deadwood contract. So the Deadwood contract's super exciting. So let's start with the fertilizing. We're going to do a big bag or a pallet of fertilizer. Let's do one of the new products also added to the game as part of the Platinum package, but they released these a little bit before the package dropped. So we'll do one of the Helm solid fertilizer big bags. We'll just do one for now. That should be plenty for the fuel. So go ahead and load it up. Doing field 1, which is, where's that at in relation to my current location? It's almost like right next door to me. Okay. Am I going the right direction now? That's not me. Alright, so the contract's at field 1, so we're headed to field 1, and we're going to fertilize field 1. Straight ahead. This is field 1. And this is actually a pretty decent sized field. So like I was talking about earlier, about some of the guys that are complaining about having more options. There were many that were complaining because they thought there was not going to be any farming on the map, and that is not true. It's just a small section of farms on the map. There are fields on the map that you can work, it's just not all of the map. I think that's the whole objective. You just start with these three and build your own farming empire, and then you will have complete control over those decisions. Alright, and this little contract's going to take a little while. I don't know why I thought this would go much faster than it really is. I just wanted to prove that point. Yeah, you can still farm on this map, and there are areas for you to do so. So you can dispel that issue right away about the map. Yep, this is a big area there. It's hard to see where since the crop is already starting to grow, it's hard to see your progress. Come back and edge it up. Just go around the edges and all right. This is actually a very good sized field. I'm definitely looking forward to all of the different things that we will be able to do and get into with this expansion. Um, we only did a couple of things today so far, but that's okay. We'll definitely be doing some other things on this map, and we'll be continuing to hit it and learn and grow together. And that's what it's all about. And have fun doing it. still missing a lot of area here, so I gotta make sure I get all that touched up. And you can see on the heads-up display, it displays all the areas that I've already fertilized in the dark blue, and the light blue is areas that I've missed. And unfortunately, we just ran out of fertilizer. Whoopsie doo. I didn't think that would happen before we finished the contract. Alright, so we gotta head back to the shop, grab another package of fertilizer. If I can find which building is the shop. So we're blocked up. Alright, so here we are, we're at the shop, so let's go, and we don't want to overbuy fertilizer this time, so let's see, is there a smaller package or a better price package that we can get the fertilizer in? Let's see, we don't necessarily need a 1,000-liter bag, maybe, do we have one that's 500? That one is, how many liters is that? 1.5. And that's 1.5. Alright. So we'll be stuck with the sauce, meat bag, straw, sunflower, sugar beet, chicken feed, mixed ration, pig feed, road salt. They don't have one for fertilizer. Nope. Huh. Got every other bag, but no love for fertilizer. Oh, there it is. This will do it. Let's do one. I don't think we need more than maybe 600 liters. All right. And we'll just manually load each of these bags. And 600 liters of solid fertilizer. Should be enough to finish the job. So, back on field one, we're going to go ahead and finish up this fertilizer situation. Alright, getting low. 300 liters. Alright, that should do it. Let's take a look and see how we did. Back to that contract. Alright, get to the right screen. Go on to contracts. And that's complete. So we can go ahead and collect that $5,917 for the fertilizing contract on field 1. And we'll go ahead and take this Deadwood contract. And where is that one located? That's Farmland 29. So we need to go to the Farmland view. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna just take out a tractor and a winch setup out of this town. Big lease is not necessary. Let's see, what's the best route to get there? So I'm gonna come around. Let's see if there's some paths. Get there rather quickly, but these logging woods are all over the place. So where are we? In relation to turn here. And then we gotta drive uphill. Just a little bit. Another little point of interest here. This is another sail point. We're almost there. Not quite there yet, but close. There it is. You can see it right straight ahead. Alright, so this is our Deadwood area. Let's see what we got. We really just need to find the deadwood trees and cut them. That's it. You don't need to do any winching. That's just was useful to do for practice for when we did do those things in the future. Okay, that's way outside of my circle. I've not seen the first marked tree yet. That's disconcerting. Where are they hiding? Alright, there we go. It's the first one. And so how many do we have left on the contract? Let's take a peek. Another 10 trees. Wow. Alright, so the challenge is going to be finding these smart trees. There's one. Alright, we got the sound effect, but no tree fall. And like I was saying earlier, these trees can be hard to see sometimes. So you didn't see the second one, I saw the first one. Right there. I didn't see this one that was next to it. Since this area is proving to be a busy area, let's see what else we can find. See if we can knock this one over. It cut, but it didn't want to fall. Boom. These smart trees seem to be in clusters, so when you do find one, you usually find a few in the group together. Alright, I'm trying to see if I can find any other trees here. I don't see any more right at the moment. Oh, that looks like a deadwood, but it's not a marked one, so we can't do that one. And just going through the trees near me. Seeing if I could find another one that fits the bill. And I think this was the hill where I got lost at earlier. There we go. Okay, that's one more, so that puts us at what number? Leaves us with 5 trees. Have not seen the 5 yet, but they're around here somewhere, allegedly. Alright, just have to keep circling back around the area until I find where these marked trees are at. There's supposed to be 5 of them, so you think if there's that many left, they should be pretty easy to find. But alas, such is not the case. There's one. There's one. And that puts us at 3 trees. Let's go. Yes. And of course, one that doesn't want to fall, but it doesn't have to. It says 2 trees remaining. Ah. Alright, 1 tree remaining. to the stream. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. For your support. Watching the stream, tuned in. Great things. So this is going to be a great series. A lot of things to look forward to, including new production chains, the roller coaster, building boats, and so much more. So continue to stay tuned, hang in there with me, get this thing done, and above all, have fun playing. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode of this series. Gonna keep it cracking. We have here. Let's see. That's outside of the circle. Still trying to find that elusive last tree. That'll probably happen off camera at the rate we're going, because we're down to the last minute here. But once we find that last tree, I'm going to go ahead and finish this contract that we have. And then I'll leave it there, and I'll save the game there. But that's all we're going to get into today, it looks like. Thank you for tuning in again, and like I said, you can catch me on all the major social media platforms as Jose Gamer, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Jose831 Gaming, all the major social media platforms. I always say, if you're having fun doing what you're doing, I'll catch you on the flip side. Have a good evening, everyone.